The thing about playing a game is it's a little bit of escapism, and it's a time to switch off and relax. But it does seem like an odd thing to do when you get back from a job. But believe it or not, we've got oftentimes we'll have the computers linked and we'll be playing against each other and that sort of stuff. Some of the things you won't get from the game are the off-camera moments, and probably you don't get how sweaty and how itchy and how uncomfortable it can be soldering, as you discovered today. But some of the things you do get in the game obviously is the realism, and soldering is 90% sitting around waiting for something to happen and 10% extreme aggression, and the game represents that 10% very well. During the recruitment process, we want to find people who can go through hardship and at the same time be thinking clearly and implementing the training that they've received. I think when it comes to gaming, it probably really comes down to not really feeling how tired you would be if you've just run that far with a pack and rifle, not feeling how uncomfortable it is when you're sitting in one position for a very long time. Another thing obviously would be handling the weapon. Real-time handling a weapon is actually quite complex, and there's a lot to it, particularly stoppages and that sort of stuff. So those are the sorts of things that gamers wouldn't get to experience. But I implore them to get out and get involved in things if they enjoy it. Having said that, gamers should really be aware that those characters are running and jumping and getting wet, and it's loud and uncomfortable, and real time. There's a very real fitness aspect to soldiering, which probably isn't represented in the game all that much. I obviously understand that it's important that nothing is too true to life and represented actually what's happening overseas at the moment, and so during the consultation process, we're obviously very aware of that. I think there's a safety mechanism in that because the game is very much a single-man play, whereas you probably don't get the group or the team aspect that you would get in real-life soldering. I think the value is because people are very aware of what's happening around the world. We've got such a fast internet now where we can sort of pretty much have real-time access to just about anything that we want. And I think gamers are very savvy in that regard, and so they want to know that when they're playing a game that it represents to the best of its ability what's happening around the world, obviously without being an instructional manual. I think gamers get to experience the good parts, and a lot of times soldering is what you're doing when no one's watching. Soldering is how you get on when things are hard, and it's a very real test of character when you're in a little bit of pain or you're feeling a little bit sick, how you react to that and how you push on. And obviously gamers wouldn't have that experience, but from my perspective, I think those are the moments that define a soldier in the battlefield.